I like to give all glory and praise and honor unto the Most High. And, this topic, it's kind of picking up where my last video left off, but just covering, you know, um, maybe a little further in depth. And I kind of talked about these things briefly, but I'm revisiting it again, and we're gonna play some audio from other people that were speaking on these things, and what I was talking about in the last video was about these people that take these oaths these oaths at a young age. They go into these frats, these Masonic frats, things like that, and it's not. And when you look at the entertainment industry, it's not necessarily about you having talent, but if you have talent, that's a plus. That's a plus. Good to go. But it's more so your will to submit to them, to do all manner of wickedness, to sell your soul over. That's what they really care about, because there's people with a lot of talent that can't get on. Why? Because they were not willing to submit, and that's what it's about, man. It's about you submitting your will onto them so they can control you, your every aspect of life, and the Bible speaks about the reason why these people went astray, why these people went in onto these groups, because they were doing it back in the ancient times. And I brought this verse out, but it's appropriate for what I'm about to play, so I want to bring it back out again, and it's going to show you why they join these groups and they join these organizations, man. So let's bring that up real quick. First, Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11 through 15, and it says, "In those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrows." Man, they had much sorrows since they left, the oppressors, you know what I'm saying? Since they left that captivity from them. And you gotta ask yourself, well, damn, they free now. Why would they say they had much sorrows? These are people that was, enjoying themselves, while they were in captivity. Why? Because they sold out to them. And this is what was happening back then. It says, look, man, this is what it's saying. Wicked men persuaded many, Let us go back to these guys and make deals with them. Because ever since we left these guys, we've had much sorrows, man. They couldn't deal with the curses that the Most High put on their people, They didn't want to endure. They didn't want to follow the law, They wanted to go after the ways of the pagans, So they started persuading people, man, because they were unhappy, And this is what they do in these fraternities and these frats and these Greek frats, They don't want to endure like everybody else out here, They don't want to follow the Most High's laws. So what they do, they enter into these things. And let's keep reading. "So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were forward therein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief," man, and joined themselves onto the heathens. They went into they made these deals, They took these oaths against the Most High. They took these oaths, against His laws, and His people in power, they gave them license to do wickedness, So this is what you see out here in this modern day time, and these scriptures is the truth, because you see it out here today, So you see they're organized, and these guys are organized out here, and you notice it, but they're not organized to, to pick up the trash in the neighborhoods, try to really stop the violence. They're organized to stop people from speaking the truth, They're organized to keep the lies going, And these are the things that they entered into when they signed these deals, man. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, and that's all they they learn in these organizations, man. They pervert the ways of the truth, and all they've been doing is doing mischief to their own, Why? Because, the people that they made these deals with are ruling over them, They have no power, they have no strength to rise up and fight them back, Because like it says, they were enjoying themselves in captivity, Remember that. It said since we departed from them, we've had much sorrows. That means while they were in captivity, they were happy. Once they got let go, they had much sorrows. And remember when the Israelites, for another example of that, remember when the Israelites got they departed from Egypt after being enslaved for 200 plus years. They finally left. And then you had certain people that wanted to go back, because they couldn't stand being in the wilderness. After being enslaved for that long, they wanted to go back into Egypt, man. So this is something similar that's happening here. You see a trend. They wanted to go back under the Pharaoh, and make deals with him, Oh, man. Submit themselves onto them to do all manner of wickedness, because they didn't want to carry that burden. The Most High says, look, endure till the end. He says, endure hardness like a good soldier. The scriptures speak about, his best men and the most noble ones are the ones that never, that never gave in, So they didn't want to do that, man. So they sold. These celebrities on a higher level, and you got, people, regular Joe Schmoes on a lower level too, that sold out, man. And they sold, like it says right here at the bottom, they were sold out to do mischief. And what's the mischief that they doing out here? You see it, man. A lot of you see it because, you're experiencing it. They sold out to tell lies. They sold out to pervert the ways of the Most High. They sold out to lead the flock astray. This is what they sold out to, and these are a lot of people that you fighting against out here. That has been pushing these lies the whole time, man. Because under the Most High, under His ways, they can't stomach that, man. So we're gonna get into this audio of people that was basically detailing their experience with college and what they seen when they went in there and things like that. We're gonna get back into it.
The bachelor's on it. You can still work here.
All right, so this is all a part of the whole Freemasonry thing. So we already did a show talking about the fraternities and sororities. We're not going to do that again, but this plays a part, especially with the idea of the academic degree. Hello, degree. There's different levels to the degrees.
It's an academic degree of masonry, guys.
All of these different universities were founded by
fraternities,
by the Roman Catholic Church, by the Freemasons,
by groups of individuals who was in these universities. In these clubs. I don't want to believe that. Literally, each college was founded by a group of individuals that was a part of these clubs that she's mentioning. Continue.
Yeah. So they even say it like the Roman Collegia, all of these different things, the Knights Templars, okay, the Rosicrucians, all these different things.
Everything you start to stumble on them things when you enter college. I wasn't stumbling on that shit in high school. I knew something about it, but I didn't really. And I was only influenced by that stuff due to my teacher. He was an alpha. You know what I mean? And he would press that button all day long and influence us with that stuff. So, you know, and you don't touch that stuff until you get into college. And when you get into college, they tell you you can't join our fraternities or sororities until you have a certain amount of college credits.
So that shows that it's all connected. Mm-hmm. And the people who are part of these organizations, they instantly get the job. So, like, if you go to college but you're not a part of these evil satanic organizations, you're less than likely to get that same job as somebody who is an alpha or a delta.
And this was the part I was going to tell you about. I'm not saying it's a benefit or a downfall, but this is when people go into college and they do get through, this is what happens to them. You know what I mean? So those who go to college, and you ever see the people graduating, they got all the badges on their little what is that? Which I got? What's it called? The little scarf?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? They tell you, oh yeah, I was a president of this club, and I joined Alpha Beta Sigma, and I did this, that, and the third, all the other stuff. That, like she said, that person's going to get that higher job, because when they go to their job application, it's going to say, probably on the second page, are you a part of any clubs or something like that? It's just going to word it like, oh, you're part of any clubs outside of whatever from your university or whatever. That's when you will put Alpha or Kappa or Omega. 9 times out of 10, if you're a boss or somebody is a part of that, they're going to call you ASAP and say, hey, you joined in when? All right, I want you to come meet the boss and everything. We're going to give you a better job because you're a brother or because you're a sister of whatever. Is that fair? Hell no. Why is that the person who didn't join them stuff and just got your regular degree? Why can't they get that same opportunity because you didn't, do the nasty shit? And if y'all don't believe that, then that's on you. But I'm guarantee you, next time you fill out a job application, you're going to see that question. Just like nowadays, they got the new question of, oh, what's your pronoun?
No, seriously. And to touch on what you were saying, when you're around these people or work around these people, they truly think that they're better than you. Yeah. And they're confused as to why the fuck you're here without being a part of that shit.
Yo, son.
And I've witnessed that shit.
Man.
Shit is crazy.
I never going to forget me being with my boys at the time. We went to Howard University to do a show, and the frat boys was hating on us so hard. And we were like, why the fuck these frat niggas giving us all this fucking attitude and everything? Like, pretty much on some, like, how did y'all get here without being a part of anything? I don't want to go here. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all doing that y'all, what makes it y'all a part of that y'all up in here?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And people will tell you, every friend that I've had over the years that joined the frat or sorority, we don't talk at all. They change like a motherfucker. They don't talk to you. They act like they don't know you. They walk around with their nose in the air. That ass.
They all act like that, and they're very obsessed. It's like an enchantment.
Yeah, they're obsessed with it.
It's like the Order. They are in that secret society.
In the spell over it.
They did satanic stuff, and they feel like they are better than whatever. Like, that's what's going on.
And some people who join them things, sometimes they just following in their parents' footsteps. You know what I mean? Sometimes some of them are just trying to start something new within their own family. You know, and I see it. I've seen disgusting videos of these Omega niggas jumping around, doing a little Omega dance, ass naked with each other.
If that is not some homosexual stuff, we quoted on this show before, but go watch Burning Sands if you haven't saw that shit yet. That's a really good movie. Yeah. It exposes all of this stuff. You know, and it was very calm with it. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard all kind of crazy stories. You know, I know y'all heard stories with the, not Howard, it's a big school, the big school, the Divine School. Harvard always having all kind of frat issues because the frats are wild and people are dying from joining the frat, all kind of shit. You think them stories are fake? What's it called when they doing the ritual leading into hazing? Oh my God! You remember all the college stories? Y'all can Google right now, college hazing, and you'll probably have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of articles. Fraternities getting sued, schools getting sued left and right because kids are dying from hazing, trying to join a stupid ass frat. That should tell you enough. And if y'all go watch, the Order walks the first episode. Motherfucker joins college. He gets a little blue rose in his room. Next thing you know, he's trying to join some deep ass werewolf fraternity on his campus that's all into some kind of witchcraft and demonic shit. Yeah, I think that shit is fake. There's a reason why Harvard University is the university that it is. I'm pretty sure they have a deep rooted skull and bones for society on that campus somewhere that you got to be white as the snow to get a part of. The first university Freemason lodge was actually established at Oxford.
See?
And Harvard, who was founded by Reverend John Harvard, they all played a part. Those were all like Freemasons and stuff. So like Dutch said, they definitely have like heavy satanic.
If y'all wanted to do some more history,
societies.
I'm pretty sure if y'all did like, when y'all look at the libraries, go to your college, oh, this is a library, I don't know, give me a name. The Robert Johnson Library. That's a part of whatever, this particular college. Go look up that nigga Robert Johnson. I'm pretty sure you'll find out some deep ass shit about him if you went to go through your Google. It's probably a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. This, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. This is these people. You know, it's like my brain is going so fast with the thoughts, just rethinking everything that I've been through over the years in college, and it's like, yo, this shit was so in your face, and it's like I hate myself for just being like so attracted to it at one point, you know what I mean? Like I really just didn't know, you know what I mean? I came up on Stump the Yard, you know what I mean? Shit like that, and You Got Served. It made me want to go dance and step, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. They didn't show you the deep things that was going on. They gave you very surface level that warped your mind into thinking, oh, this was something fun to do. You know, and then I know a lot of people who they join this shit and regret it. Some of them don't make it through. You know what I mean? Come on, they make you cut your hair off and go bald and do all this extra weird shit just to join up. Like, who wants to do that shit? And a lot of these niggas is mook.
They are all.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas is real gay. I mean, there's so many females that over the years that would tell you, I've heard out of their mouths, oh, nah, that whole group of frat boys is gay. The whole group, oh, yeah, them Kappas is gay Kappas. Them niggas ain't real right Kappas. Oh, them niggas is not. Oh, I don't fuck with Omegas because I hear the hearing that them niggas do orgies. Like, the girls would just say this shit nonchalantly because, of course, in our society, it's okay for girls to do lesbian shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't bug out over that. It's like, whatever, that's hot to niggas. But, you know, they was speaking these things, and I would be like, why would she just utter those words, man, calmly? Or these niggas really mook? And then I had to really sit back and look like, wow, you niggas is really soft. You know, y'all like to get your ass whipped that little paddle.
Yeah, and the bitches do the same thing too.
And the girls do it too. Have little orgies with different niggas in different frats. Certain frat groups link up with each other and do that particularly.
They do things with each other too.
Yeah, like I could tell y'all so many stories. You know what I mean? But we gonna continue on.
Since you brought up historically black colleges, I want to put in the point that y'all niggas is clowns because historically black colleges was built by fucking slaves, you dumb ass sons of bitches.
And the names of them are named after white people.
Do you not see
Howard
this?
University is named after a white guy. So was Clark Atlanta. Founded by a white guy. So is Morehouse. Spelman.
Slaves built the Harvards, the Columbias, all these prestigious colleges, and don't think they didn't have a part in these historically black ones. And the historically black ones are just led by fucking clowns like fucking W.E.B. Du Bois with this whole talented 10th type of mentality. The Boule, the Prince Hall Freemasons, the Kappas, the Alphas, the what's it called? Give me some of the sorority ones. I don't know. All those fraternities and sororities, if they're attached to these things and they serve Satan and they do all these rituals, then they will progress. They will be the talented 10th in society. That's what that mentality was about. Yeah. So that's where all these historical black colleges is all built off of Eastern Stars and fucking Prince Hall Freemasons.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you proud of? And slaves built the shits too. So what are you really proud of? All that money that from the colleges, that comes from slavery. They did the buildings.
Like, for example, like when they was talking about, oh, Diddy got a doctorates from Howard.
Honorary
doctorates. You think he went to class? No, he donated enough money and did enough nasty shit on that campus with people to get that doctorate. And all the little rappers that never been to school a day in their life did that shit. All right. So for those who don't know, you think Lil Wayne really went to school when Lil Wayne was jacking? He was in college for a second trying to get an education to a degree. He was getting another level of degree for Freemasonry. All right. Like, come on, guys. I need y'all to wake up to this shit. And trust me, I was blinded at one point, but I woke up like, nah, there's no way this nigga had enough time to go to campus and do shit. Megan Thee Stallion, you think granted, people would say, nah, she was really in Texas A&M, really at the college. The bitch was sitting here going through her rituals on campus.
Yeah. That's right.
All right? That's all it is. And she's pushing that for the college girls to stay on campus and keep doing your little nasty rituals. All right? And it is what it is.
Just to touch back on to prove my point.
Second Maccabees chapter 4:15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but likened to the glory of the Grecians. Best of all. So not following the ways of their forefathers, well, the righteous forefathers, just say, but they wanted to follow after the ways of the pagans, the Romans, the Greeks, This is what they were doing back then, and this is what they're doing today, And a lot of these people are the ones you see that they're the ones out here, pissed off at you, because they cut those deals, man. They cut those deals. Like old boy was saying, he thought it was like, something of a, like some real brotherhood type thing. It is a brotherhood type thing, but they so allowed to do mischief, and he realized that, And I'm glad that they spoke on this, and like I said before, what's the big secret? Like I said, a lot of you guys that listen to my channel, you already know, because you experiencing it, you seeing it, You see the wickedness that they do out here. This is it, And a lot of these guys, they sold out to do these things. Why? Because they couldn't make it, without selling out, man, Because they have much sorrows if they're not in these groups. Like the scripture says, let one of these guys try to leave these groups right now. Let one of them try to leave these groups right now. They're gonna have much sorrows. They're not gonna endure. They're not gonna be like you, If they try to depart these groups and do what we do, speak the truth, push the word, they're gonna have much sorrows, and they can't deal with that, so they're gonna go back. Like, no, we can't deal with that, and that's what happened back in the ancient days, man. So that's about it, man. I'd like to give all glory and praise unto the Most High, man. And we gotta go hard for the Most High and His word, man, because they definitely going hard, for their organizations. And you see how the lengths that they go in, and how mad you get, when you bring out the truth. So we gotta be the same way about this word, because this word is going, is a strong foundation. It's gonna last forever. Everything else is gonna fade, man. Because you see how far they go, you see how hard they go, and the lengths that they go, and the things that they do, and the rituals that they do, and the lies that they tell, and the unity that they have, for these organizations. We need to be the same way for for the word, So this is it, man. This is it, man. So all praises to the Most High, man. Hopefully this was edifying.